Hello, hello, and welcome. My name is Charyl, and I want to thank you for joining me today. So, for this flow, we're going to tweak and play with Sun Salutations A, B, and C in an effort to work on opening up the hips. So, this can be used as a warm up before a leg intensive workout, or you can use it as a standalone vinyasa flow when you just want to move your body and get some heat in your joints and you're short on time. So, without further ado, we'll get straight into it, coming to a standing position at the top of your mat. So come to Tadasana, stand firmly on your feet, decide how close you want your feet to be to each other, and stack your shoulders over your hips. Take a moment to ground. Place your left hand on your heart, right hand on your belly, and take a nice deep cleansing breath. So inhale fully. Exhale completely. And on your next inhale, sweep both arms up and overhead. Find Urdhva Hastasana, extended mountain. And then as you exhale, bend your knees if you need to as you fold forward, finding Uttanasana, forward fold. Release the crown of your head to the floor. Shake it out if that feels good. On your next inhale, find a halfway lift. So really extend your spine nice and long. Lengthen the crown of the head forward. And then as you exhale, plant your hands down firmly on the floor. Step back to a downward facing dog. So just like with our forward fold, keep your knees bent if you need them to be. So be kind to your hamstrings. Take a moment or two to just wiggle out, especially if this is the first time you're taking any intentional movement. Find stillness, hug the arms in, push the floor away, hips lifting up, heels reaching down. Just feel your body in the shape. And then bend into your knees, lower your shins down to the floor, come to tabletop. So stack your shoulders over your wrists, stack your hips over your knees. With your weight firmly between both hands and your left leg, lift your right leg to hover. Keep the foot flexed, toes pointed towards the floor, and then send the sole of your right foot up towards the ceiling, and then open the hip out to the side, and then sweep your knee towards your armpit and up under your body. And then do that 2 more times. So taking some nice quality circles here. See if you can keep your chest parallel to the floor. Try to keep the movement coming just from your hip. Just explore with the range of motion you have available today. And then after you finish that third circle, simply release your knee back down to the floor. Pause for a moment, reset, and just notice if there's any difference between your right and your left side, and then do the second side. So then shifting over to the right, lift the left knee to hover, and then take your circles here, send the foot up, and then open the hip, and sweep it up under you for 3, and 2, and 1. And then as you set your leg back down, bring both knees in a little bit closer together. Send your hips back towards your heels, coming to a child's pose. Reach your arms forward towards the top of your mat. And then shift forward, come to a modified plank. So your hips are in front of your knees, but your shoulders are still stacked over your wrists. Bend your elbows straight back, lower all the way down to your belly. See if you can manage to get there in one piece. Use your next inhale to peel your chest up off the floor. Find a cobra. So maybe it's a little teeny tiny baby cobra. Maybe it's a little bit bigger. And then lower yourself back down. Hug your elbows firmly in towards your rib cage, and then press yourself up back to your modified plank. Tuck your toes, and then lift your hips and up towards the sky. Come back to your downward facing dog. Stay here for a full breath. Hug the arms and push the ground away. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. And on your next inhale, heels lift, gaze goes forward. Exhale, bend your knees, make your way to the top of the mat. So you can take a giant step, you can jump, you can take a bunch of little teeny tiny steps. However you arrive is perfect. Come to a forward fold. Root to rise, circle sweep the arms up overhead. Come back to your extended mountain, pause here. Good, and then have a seat, Utkatasana. So bend your knees, lower your hips, keep the spine nice and long. Take an inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, find your forward fold. And halfway lift, long spine. Plant the hand, step it back, plank. Knees or toes, you decide. And then shift the shoulders forward a bit if you're on your toes. Bend your elbows straight back, and then you decide if you lower halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana, or your belly. And then take your back bend to Cobra. If you're ready for an up dog, go ahead and take it. And then make your way back to your downward facing dog. Heels reaching down. Hands pressing firmly into the mat. No tension in your neck. Good. Next, inhale, lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend your knee and open your hip. So keep the weight even between both hands, still hugging the elbows in towards the middle. And just see if you can lift the knee a little bit higher as your left heel reaches down towards the floor. Square your hip to the floor as you extend your right leg long, and then bring your knee towards your nose, shift forward. Angle your knee towards the right corner of your mat. Lower your shin down to the floor and arrive in a half pigeon. Sitting up tall, so stacking the shoulders over the hips, and square your hips to the floor. We're going to play with an active pigeon here. So pressing your shin firmly into the mat to lift your hips up. So press down and lift up. And then with control, nice and slow, lower back down and just notice. Maybe you can sit a little bit deeper. And then do that 2 more times. So drive the shin down as you lift the hips up. And then lower it back down, nice and slow. Think of the quality of the movement, not momentum. Press down, lift up. And lower back down. Good. Once you found your bottom, just pause here. Breathe into that hip. Good. Both hands come down, framing your front leg. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Send your right leg back. Come to the plank of your choice, and then take a vinyasa. And we'll all meet in a downward facing dog. Hips lifting up, heels reaching down, hug the arms in, hit those checkpoints. When you arrive back in your downward facing dog, just take a moment and notice right hip, left hip. And then we'll try to get both sides even, so lift your left leg up to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. Little scorpion dog here. Press that right heel down, push the floor away with both hands, still hugging the arms in towards the middle, and lifting that left knee up a little bit higher. Breathing. Now square your hip to the floor, extend your leg up. Shift forward, bring your knee towards your nose, and then angle that knee off towards the left corner, set the shin down. Come to your half pigeon on the second side. Square the hip, so try not to lean on that back hip. And you might not be on the floor, and that's okay. And we'll activate our pigeon. So press the shin down, lift up. Good, and slowly with control, lower it down. Beautiful. 2 more times, press, lift, and lower. Last time, lift, and lower. Good. Find your bottom, and then take the breath. Breathe into the hip. Inhale, notice where tension comes up. Exhale, give yourself permission to soften. Let go what you don't need. Good. Hands come down, frame the front leg. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Front leg goes back, plank. Good. Take your vinyasa. You decide. You can always skip your vinyasas and take a child's pose, or you can do a cat-cow instead. So listen to your body. And then arrive back in your downward facing dog. Heels lift, gaze forward. Make your way to the top. Multiple steps, giant step, hop, float, forward fold at the top. And then come back to chair. So bend your knees, lower your hips, reach your arms up. Inhale, lengthen through the side body as the hips stay low. And then exhale, see if you can sit just a little bit deeper. Press through your heels. As you rise up, bring your right knee with you, coming to a little one-legged mountain. And then cross your right ankle over your left thigh and have a seat in a figure 4 chair. Actively working on that right hip. So the right outer knee is reaching down towards the floor as you sit deeper into the left, keeping the spine nice and straight. Press through your left heel, rise back up, bring your right knee with you. And then set your foot down, take a forward fold, Uttanasana. Once you hit the bottom of your breath, send your right leg back. And then lower your back knee, coming to a low runner's lunge. Keep your spine nice and straight. So once again, if the floor is far away, go ahead and grab your blocks. Lift it up. And then heel toe your foot to the outer edge of your mat. Hands come down to the ground. You're in a lizard lunge. Keeping the spine nice and straight. And then open up the hip. So come to the pinky edge of your left foot. Still reaching the sternum forward, focusing more on the hip and not the twist. If it feels good and you want a little bit more, you can place your left hand on your inner thigh and just work and help open it up. But still breathing. Notice if you're collapsing in that right shoulder, actively press your hand into the mat. Lift up. Breathe here. And if your hand is on your thigh, simply return it to the floor. Return the sole of your foot to the ground. And then send your left leg back. So left knee meets right. And we'll do Ashtanga Vinyasana. So hips stay high. Lower your chest and your chin down to the floor. And then scoop yourself through to a cobra or possibly an up dog. And make your way back to your downward facing dog. Once you arrive in your dog, take a breath. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Use your next inhale to lift your right leg up towards the sky. And then step your foot to the outside of your hand. So you can play the how slow can you go game. See if you can just shift ever so slightly. And then just set the foot down. Lower the back knee. Come back to that lizard lunge now on the second side. Nice long spine. Open up the hip. So come to the pinky edge of your right leg. And then the options here are the same. Still lengthening the spine forward, focusing on just opening the hip, so the outer knee reaching towards the floor. If you want a little bit of extra something, you can place your hand on your inner thigh. So once again, instead of focusing on twisting, focus on opening the hip, keeping the chest somewhat square to the front of your mat. And if your hand's not already on the floor, replace it there. Sole of the foot comes to the ground. Pause. And then heel toe your right foot to the center. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, nice long spine, and then step the back foot forward. Come to a forward fold at the top of your mat. As you root to rise, circle sweep your arms up and overhead. Bring your left knee with you this time. Crisscross. Cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Have a seat in a figure 4 chair. Taking your breath, so really working that hip open, actively pressing down, keeping the spine long. Good. Come to stand, bring your left knee with you. Stand firm, and then release your foot to the floor as you hinge forward. Uttanasana, forward fold. Step the left foot back when you hit your bottom. Come to a runner's lunge. Start to walk your hands to the left. Pivot on the ball of your back foot. Set the back heel down, and then continue to rotate so the toes face up towards the ceiling, finding Skandasana. Your hands can be on the floor or on a block or in prayer at heart center. We're going to activate our Skandasana here. So press firmly into your right thigh, or right heel, and then lift up halfway. Good, and then lower back down. Good, and then do that 2 more times. So press down, lift up, release, lower down. You might find each time you can get a little bit deeper. 1 more time, press and lift up. Good, and then lower back down. Stay here, full breath. Nice. Start to walk your hands to the top of the mat, coming to the ball of your back foot. Come to that runner's lunge, and then lower your back knee. Send your right leg back. Right knee meets left. Knees, chest, chin. Lower your chest and your chin down towards the floor. Scoop yourself through. Find your back bend. Inhale. And make your way back to your downward facing dog. Take a breath. Let it go. On your ready, left leg lifts. Shift forward, step your foot in between your hands. Come to that runner's lunge first. Then start to walk your hands to the right. Back heel lowers, then the toes turn up. Come to your skandasana on the second side. Good. We'll make it active. Press down, lift up. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Good. 2 more times. Press to lift. And lower. Good. 1 more time, lift. And lower. Find your bottom. Take your breath. Let's start to walk your hands to the top. So come to the ball of your back foot. Come to that runner's lunge. Knee stays lifted. And then step the back foot forward. You can take multiple steps or a giant step. Come to your forward fold. Root to rise. Come to stand. Come back to that extended mountain and just pause here. Stand firmly on your feet. Engage your legs. Reach up, lift your ribs away from your pelvis. Good. Stay long in the spine, but send your arms out in front of you. Palm face down, so you kind of look like a zombie. Nice. And then lift your heels. Come to the balls of your feet. Good. Slowly start to bend into your knees as you lower your hips down. Stay on the balls of your feet, coming eventually into a toe stand. Take your time. There's no rush. Once you hit your bottom, see if you can get your thighs parallel to the floor. Just explore. No expectation. We're just noticing. Good. Bring your hands in prayer at heart center. Staying focused. Stay in your body. From here, heels are still lifted. See if you can open up the hips. So send the knees out east and west. Possibly bringing the soles of your feet together. And still lengthening the spine. Nice. You can release your hands. Make your way onto your bottom. So if you need your hands to help guide you down, or you can just simply plop if you're close to the floor. Keep the soles of your feet flat on the ground. And then simply roll onto your back. Hands down by your side. Inch your heels a little bit closer to your bottom. And your feet a little bit wider than your hips. We've done a lot of compression with the hips. So we're going to just counter that a little bit with some hip opening is the hip flexor. So press your heels down, press your palms down, lift your hips up and roll up the length of your spine. Come to Setu Bandhasana bridge pose. Find your edge, pressing your arms firmly into the mat. Take a breath. And when you're ready, just slowly, one vertebrae at a time, start to lower your spine down to the floor. Last thing to hit the ground will be your sacrum, your pelvis. Good. Once you come to the bottom, just pause. And then let your knees knock over to the right. So still keeping both shoulder blades flat on the ground if you can. And your focus is on this left thigh. Now you can continue just using gravity to send the inner thigh, inner knee towards the floor. If you would like a little bit more sensation, you can take your right ankle and simply place the outside of your right ankle on the top or the outside of your left knee, just to give you a little bit of extra leverage. And just breathe here. And once again, use the breath. So notice if you're still holding on tight, if you're still tensing in your hips, just use the exhale to give yourself permission to let go. You're safe. If your ankle is on your leg, go ahead and release it. And then bring your knees through center and let them fall over to the left. And then same on this side. So you can stay here and just let gravity do the work on that right thigh. Or you can take your left ankle and place it on top. You choose your adventure. Your body will tell you which option is right for you. Go ahead and release your foot if it's there. Bring both knees back in through center. Re-square your whole spine and your pelvis. And then turn your toes and your knees in towards each other. Just take a breath here in constructive rest. And just bringing our body back into balance, turning the hips inward since we did so much outward motion. And then bring your knees back to center and extend your legs out long, arms down by your side. And if you're using this as a warm-up, you can stop here and go about your day and go about your workout. If you're using this as your vinyasa practice, make your way into shavasana. If there's any last movements you feel like you still need to take, go ahead and do so. And then take one more cleansing breath if you're hanging out in shavasana. So inhale deeply, fill all the way up with air, and then hold it at the top. And then when you're ready, let it go. Allow yourself to melt. Trust the floor completely to hold you. See if there's any place else that you can relax and release. If you're holding on somewhere you might not even be aware of. It might be in your toes or in your face. I invite you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you are willing and able to do so. Thank you so much for choosing to flow with me today. It truly is an honor. The light in me sees, honors, and respects the light in you. Namaste. If you enjoy flowing with me, please like this video and subscribe to my channel so you'll be the first one to know when I release a new class. For access to my full library of pose tutorials and continuously growing full-length classes, subscribe to Phoenix Fitness Yoga on Demand. Just click the link in the description to learn more. Namaste.